Okay, folks, attempt number 2. Welcome back to Allergic to Stupidity. It is Monday the 24th. What happened to the year? It's almost a quarter over. I tried digging in the garden yesterday, and it's not really digging, but it's getting there. It's getting there. I have time to fertilize my rhubarb and order my raspberries. So today's cuppa, I do have my cup, but I drank it all, is a conversation on family. Every one of us is involved in a family in some way, shape, or form. It may be your biological family that you're related to, your siblings, your mom, your dad, your aunts, your uncles, extended. It may be that family from work. Or for some of us, it may be that chosen family, that group of friends that you just connect with. But to quote the gentleman who played Sulu in the original Star Trek, everybody has an Uncle Bill. There's always going to be somebody, and he was talking about William Shatner at the time, who could be a little egotistical. Last time I heard him talk, he's not quite as egotistical, but the point here is there's always going to be somebody in your family that just, you roll your eyes at them and you just go, shh. Mine was my grandfather. Lovely man, a little of a bit dirty old man, but he always took time for me. We played. He taught me how to play crib, and he'd take me outside and we'd go for walks, and we'd check out what was growing, and he showed me where the wild strawberries were. But he was a little egotistical, and I have long since realized he was a little dirty old man. Okay? But he thought he was, and that's fine. So you just took him with a cup of tea. And my uncle was sort of the same. He knew I hated him dropping his teeth, but he'd drop his teeth just to make me groan. So you just dealt with it. And I've had people I've worked with that they're part of my school family. You just want to roll your eyes and cry. Well, all of us Canadians, from coast to lake, from lake to the North Pole, are one big, normally happy family. And with what is going on in this world right now, we have to stick together like there's no tomorrow. And my problem right now is with Danielle Smith, the Premier of Alberta, and this is sort of where this is coming from, is with all of that's going on, she's not the team player. The only thing she cares about is what she wants. Now let's put her in perspective here. She was originally the leader of the Wild Rose Party. The Wild Rose Party is a far-right conservative party. And their whole purpose was to separate. And she still hates, doesn't matter who is in the prime minister's seat, she hates the federal government. And she actually went back down in March, beginning of March, I think 7th or 8th was from what I was reading today, or listening to, and went down and asked the U.S. administration to put off the tariffs until after we'd had an election. Well, this is before Carney was even voted in. And she's already down there trying to get them to postpone the tariffs until after. She's not just down saying, please don't do this, like, can you please be reasonable? We supply you with blah, blah, blah amount of oil. We're very interconnected. None of that. It was till after the election. Now, her office is now denying that. But CNN literally played the recording of her asking the administration in the U.S. to postpone it until after we get through an election. Stuff whether people are saying, oh, that's election interference. I'm going, stuff that. Can you please be a team player? Now, there's the separatist movement in Alberta. It's been on and off for years and years and years. We've had the separatist movement in Quebec. And the Separatist Party is still one of the provincial parties. And this is not the Bloc. The Bloc is very much a federalist party. They just vote for things. They're in the federal House of Commons, but they're there to make sure that the interests of Quebec is taken into consideration. So they've got a little more oomph in the House of Commons, which I wouldn't be surprised if we ended up with a party like our regional parties for like BC, and that wouldn't surprise me at all. But the separatists, even the leader of the separatist party in Quebec, went, no, we're Canadian, we're Canadian, we're Canadian. Do we have problems with the federal government? Yes, we do. Are we very protective of our culture and our way of life? Yes, they are. Very, very protective. Don't blame them. But when all this terror stuff came down, and he's the leader right now, he's going, no. And he's backing. We're Canadian. You can't do this. Like, this is a separatist party that's been there since the 70s. It's been around for a very long time. And they're going, right now, we have to work as a team. So that's sort of my thing right now is, please, guys, we are a very regionalized country. We have very different cultures. Those people in the BC are different than those in the prairies and far north. Us people down in Ontario, and in Ontario, I'm going to vouch, there's one massive down here, and then there's the guys up the north of Ontario. We used to call ourselves Mantario because we were caught between Ontario and Manitoba, right? There's a whole French section up in northeastern Ontario. There's Quebec, and even within Quebec, there's different cultures, like massively different cultures. There's the Atlantic provinces, and then there's Darling, Newfoundland, doing their own thing, right? And we're all held together by that patriot, by the House of Commons. And when you want separatists, there are still people in Newfoundland who are pissed off mad that they ever joined Canada in 1949. It was like, that was like how long ago, folks? But yeah, there's still people out there that are upset. And my daughter who lives out there, she said, yeah, this is not, it never went away. And she's only been out there for 15 years. So it's not like she's been out there for 40 or 50. She's a mainlander, which nobody believes. No, you're an islander. She said, no, I'm from Ontario, guys. But she fits in so well. But she said, you can still feel it out there. That we wouldn't, if we hadn't joined Canada, we'd be better. Okay? So my point here today is, let's work together as family members and just tolerate each other right now, and let's get through this crap and shit that's going to be 4 years time, 4 years here, and come out the other end. Because we have people saying, Canadians, which my comment to him was, fine, if you don't like us, then move down south. He said, we will not win this trade war. Thank you for having faith in Canadians, honey. Like, really, thank you so much. That guy was from British Columbia. He said, we won't survive. Oh, you're eternally optimistic, aren't you, buddy? I mean, those people who went to war in World War II knew there was a good chance they're going to get shot, but they went in believing they weren't going to. You go in for a job interview, you better believe you're going to get that job, or you're not going to. So here's this guy in British Columbia going, oh, we're not going to think. We have to give Trump whatever he wants, so we won't win this trade war. Canada will fall apart. The stupid liberals. And that's what it's like, all that anger. We need to put the anger away. We need to work together as a family and come out stronger. And the liberals started this in 2016, 2017, when Trump started his tariffs then, tried to start a trade war then. And Trudeau was over in the UK, and he was over in EU seeing about connections. Carney's over there now. Carney's got all these connections. I'm not saying Pierre Poilievre wouldn't be able to do this, but I can only talk about what has been done, okay? Because Poilievre can say whatever he wants. That doesn't mean he's going to do it. So not trying to diss Poilievre, I'm just saying, because I haven't seen him doing anything, because he's only been opposition. But we know they've been over there. And Canusa, the video I showed earlier, there is a big push right now that let's get this going. So we're going to come, us Canadians are going to come out the back end just fine. We're going to have some rough times? Yes. But we're going to come out stronger, and we are going to. Any of you have your moms and dads when you were little people saying, "Don't put all your savings in one basket." My dad didn't. My parents didn't. They had several different bank accounts and several different investments in different spots, just in case that investment went sour, they'd have the other ones. Well, this is what we need to do as Canadians. We need to spread our investments, our trading partners, and I get why we did it with just the U.S., because like they're right there, and it's easier because they're right there. But now that they're showing their Trump's showing his ugly, we need to, and that's what we're doing. So guys, my point here, stay strong. We can do this. It's going to be rough, but let's stop fighting within each other, within the provinces and the regions, and come together. Support our Alberta friends. Support our Quebec friends, our Newfoundland friends. Jumping Bean Coffee. I'll get it on my Thursday's business. We'll ship to you. I just found one over there in Halton Hills. There's another one. It's like, oh shit, there's another coffee. So there's ways we can do it. Support your locals. We can do this. And on closing, I'm smiling because there are Canadians who have made their life, and we're not talking the snowbirds, we're talking people who moved down to the States to spend their life in the States for business reasons. One of them is a music producer, and he went, this shit. He is getting rid of his American citizenship, and he's moved back to Toronto. And I just found another one. He had NHL on his shirt. I'm not sure if they just happens to be the shirt he was wearing or if he's actually with the NHL. He said, I'm Canadian. I've had enough of this crap. He said, I'm coming home. He said, I'm gone. Not going back. And I'm hearing more and more people who are Canadians who were living there for business reasons going, I'm gone. I've had enough. I've got American friends who are going, yep, getting rid of. And I keep wondering because years ago when Trump came in the first time, Trump version number 1, I was working at my local Canadian Tire. So this is 2016 when he got in the first time. And this lady came through my till on Black Friday. I think I've told you this story. And she looked at me with this very inquisitive look, like very confused look. She said, isn't this the Black Friday sale? I went, yeah. And she went, but there's nobody here. And I honestly was looking around. I said, no, this is quite busy for a Friday. This is about par for Friday, for the Black Friday sale. She said, what? I said, yeah. She said, you know, there was somebody there and letting us in, and we were all in this nice little line, and nobody fought, and nobody got mad, and it was so nice. I went, yeah? Me being confused, not knowing yet where she was from. And she said, she said, I came specifically because we're setting up house. She said to buy some stuff for the new place, and I went to grab something, but a man got it before me, and he looked at me and said, did you want this, ma'am? And she said, I told him, yes, I did, but it's okay, you got it before me. He says, no, it's okay, I'll just get a rain check. She said, I didn't know what a rain check was. She said, this is so nice. Is this normal? I went, okay, you're not from Canada, are you? She said, no, I'm from the U.S. I said, no, this is normal. Welcome to Canada, sweetie. Oh, God, I said, I'm never going back. She said, nobody would ever be this polite. I said, by the way, what was it you wanted? Was there anything else? She said, yeah, I wanted this and this. I said, okay, just a minute, let me get you a rain check. And she went, what's a rain check? I said, if you don't explain what a rain check was, you bought it, you went to get it when we were supposed to have a sale for it, and there's none left. I'll fill out the rain check for you, and you can come back within 2 weeks to get that at the sale price. I said, I did explain that if it's special order stuff that sometimes Canadian Tire will pull in, and they've already ordered 1,000, and when they're gone, they're gone. I said, as long as it's a regular item, I'll give you the sale price. It's not a big deal. She said, oh God, I'm never leaving. That's it. I'm in Canada forever. That's what we are. Let's stop fighting. Let's continue to be that. And I often wonder if they had less specifically because of Trump. Her husband was in a position where he could ask for a transfer to a Canadian office, and so they had landed in this area, and she said, I'm never going back. So we've got Canadians who have spent their whole life down there going, yep, I'm back, I'm coming to Canada. And I've got this lady who, on the first version of Trump, and it's only gotten worse, has said, no, never going back. So come on, Canadians, we can do this. Let's stop fighting inner fighting and work together. So in closing, I have one more thing to say. If you're Canadian, please do not travel to the United States. I'm not sure how much you've heard, but I know my tenant who has X on his license, and I think even his passport, though I don't remember the last time, but his would not be allowed in because he has X for gender. He's a man, 100%, but he's like me, doesn't think it's any of your damn business what gender he is. And he is a cross-dresser, but he would not be allowed in. We have had Canadian citizens, German citizens, British citizens, all arrested by ICE. So please, for all those listeners who are listening to me, I ask you, please, do not go to the United States. You may think you've got all your I's dotted and T's crossed, but this is going sour really fast, and I don't want your herbs. There you go, guys. Take care. Remember, we're all one big family, and we all need to work together. It's rainy and yucky, and we had snow last night, but spring is here, and it's just going to get warmer. Enjoy your weekends. Take care, folks. Have a good day.